Hey guys, my name is Chelsea Wilson and I'm from Dothan, Alabama. I'm a junior here at Auburn in the nursing school. I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things that we've learned while we have been researching the Vietnam veterans. One of the main health risks I focused on was prostate cancer. One of the main things that led to prostate cancer in Vietnam veterans was the exposure to Agent Orange. Agent Orange is a chemical herbicide that was used during warfare.
Agent Orange is loaded with dioxin, which is a toxic chemical. This chemical was spread in all their food from being sprayed by backpacks or helicopters.
This chemical was spread very fast. It was spread from 19 million gallons at the beginning of the war to at the end of the war, they had been exposed to 30 million gallons. That's a lot of exposure and a lot of toxicity that was put in their body. The exposure led to the development of very serious health risks for the veterans, like prostate cancer. One of the things that the Vietnam veterans did was got biopsies in prostate. They came back and most of them had malignancies when they got a prostate biopsy. The malignancies were scored on a Gleason score. A Gleason score is whenever you have a malignancy that is scored from 1 to 8. If your malignancy cells came back and scored from 1 to 3, meaning that they weren't that malignant, that means it's pretty low grade. If it scored from 4 to 8, that means that it was a very high grade malignancy. If they scored from 6 to 8, that means it's very aggressive. About 60% of the Vietnam veterans that came back with malignant biopsies scored in the 6 to 8 range, which means that they were very aggressive. After they had found out that they were very aggressive malignancies, they found out that they showed early onset. That means that they showed that they had cancer early mid-50s, early 60s. So that means that they showed up very early. A study was done where they showed Vietnam veterans versus non-veterans. Non-veterans showed prostate cancer at about the age of 65 to 70, even on into the mid-70s. But the study showed that veterans that had been exposed to Agent Orange in the Vietnam War, that they were showing at an early age of about 50 to mid-65.
Like Chelsea said, they were exposed to tons and millions of gallons of Agent Orange. This Agent Orange invaded their bodies, causing a lethal dose of prostate cancer. This prostate cancer was very hard to treat, which made it costly and time effective. This treatment includes chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and hormone therapy.
Also, treatments not only for medical professionals, but also to help them cope with the stress and the emotional tear that prostate cancer has on the body. There were many things that they went through, such as emotional coaching that helped them with things like dealing with the acceptance that they had cancer and dealing with their sleeping, because some people, the emotional tear on them was just so hard that they couldn't sleep at night. They also showed that diet and exercise is really important whenever you have cancer. It can help you in maintaining your cancer. If it's caught early, then it can maintain it by your diet, such as fruits and vegetables and grains. And exercise is also known to be a mood booster. So they were encouraging Vietnam veterans to exercise daily so that their mood increased, so that whenever they started feeling depressed or having stress about having cancer and having a hard time dealing with it, they could exercise and that would boost their mood. So exercise and diet is very important when it comes to dealing with your prostate cancer. Also, coping with stress. Family is a great way to lean on, and especially in Vietnam veterans, if they didn't have family around, friends. There are many support groups for Vietnam veterans that they could go to and talk about their issues and, relate to someone that was having the same issue that they were. So it's really important to just show that there is a support system there and that that's a really cool thing to talk to Vietnam veterans about, to let them know that, hey, there is people that understand what you're going through and that there are ways to cope with this. Not only did it come from a bad health risk of you serving in the war, and not only did you put your life at risk during the war, but you put your life at risk after the war, because now you're experiencing health risks from that.
So today we hope that you learned a little bit about Agent Orange and the exposure that Vietnam veterans went through. I hope you understand that it's a tough treatment and that prostate cancer is lethal in this dose.
War Eagle.